Welcome back to the Movie Sharks podcast. I'm super excited that we have a new guest here with us and a new shark, as you would say. Michael, dude. Welcome in, dude.
Hello. Happy to be here.
Let's freaking go. And we have Ethan, dude. He's back.
Ethan.
Ethan, dude, as always.
And Preston, dude, is here now again as well.
What's up?
So, dude, we have a great movie that made my mind just be. We have a word around the office that's called "kashploinked" over here.
Mhm.
So I'm going to bring that in there to the mind of what happened to me. So this description of IMDb, we have our classic before the podcast, and you get to see our beautiful faces again this time, which is awesome. We have
In 4K.
our in 4K. Some people are filming
Maybe.
in 4K. Maybe it's not going to be Buns K as it was on TikTok this time. That was a horrible joke, by the way. But anyways, before we get into our segments, here's the Backrooms.
I found something.
Okay. Did you find?
Found a place. It's massive in there. It just goes on and on and on. All these rooms. This place built them. Actually, more like it remembers them. And the more times it remembers something, the less it does.
So, welcome back. The description of IMDb gives it to say, it says, after a therapist's patient disappears into a dimension beyond reality, she must venture into the unknown to save him. The main actors we have are Chitwell Ejiofor, if that's how you say it. It's by, that's probably not how you say his name. My apologies, Chitwell.
What'd you say, dude?
But
What'd you say, dude?
he plays Clark. And Renate Renzuv plays
These
Mary.
names. Good luck, man.
I think
These
it's more
names are
like
wild.
René de Renziv.
Oh, there you go.
My
If,
God.
There you
I
go.
think Eason said it correct. And then the
I was
hardest
being
one
super
here,
racist. I have no
Mark
idea.
Duplass plays Phil. And then Finn Bennett
Mhm.
plays Bobby. That's our main actors there. We have our director, Kane Parsons. We'll have some great behind the
That's
scenes
so.
and behind the screen stuff, because if anyone that doesn't know who Kane Parsons is, you'll see as we talk about it later. I'm so excited for that. Nominations and / awards. It's still in the theaters at this moment. I think it just released a couple of weeks ago at this point. If you have the chance to go see it in the theater, please go do. It's really great. It is going to be super exciting to talk about it with all four of us for sure. Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter or tomato meter, your preference. However I say it. No one's commented yet. How dare you?
Tomato,
You should
potato.
comment. Tomato meter
Potatoes,
or tomato meter
potatoes.
says 88%. A rare occasion where the popcorn meter is definitely now lower than the tomato meter. If you don't know the difference, the critics are the tomato meter, the popcorn meter is the audience. So the audience gave it a little bit of a lower score, 74%. Letterboxd gave it a 3.4, and then IMDb gave it a 7.1. Budget for the movie, the budget, was $10 million. At this point, it has gained $240.8 million. So they definitely have
Barely.
gotten their money back, which is crazy. Maybe just a tad. They might have to eat some
They
cans
scraped
of
by.
beans for dinner for a little bit. So, anyways, now we have reached our first segment. And the first segment that we have is Best Scene. Someone else take it away so you don't hear my voice anymore.
Wow, you don't have to be like that, Tristyn. Your voice is lovely.
Thanks, dude.
All right, well, I guess I'll just start off with running through the Backrooms. I loved it, and I wish there was more of it. I mean, this is kind of okay. Wait. Are we trying to stay away from spoilers here? Because I think we could
Okay.
if
Well,
we wanted to.
spoiler warning.
We can stay away from spoilers until you want to put the spoiler warning from it. Will any of your guys' best
like-
scene have a spoiler in it?
Mine will. Mine will.
Not really.
Okay. So we will go through all of ours first, and then once we get to Michael, we'll do spoiler warning. I
Okay.
think mine will also probably have a spoiler too.
Um,
So y'all go first, and then Michael can go second or third, and then I'll go last. So spoiler warning will be after Preston.
All right.
well, I already said running through the backrooms. I don't think that's a huge spoiler.
Okay.
But getting to see that world, that universe, I was so ready to like go through all of the hallways and then like have there be some great I don't know shebang thing. But we didn't get to see a whole lot. I feel like, at least in my opinion, I would have liked to see more. But I loved that chase scene that was happening there. That was probably, I guess it wasn't the climax of the movie, but it was definitely the most. That was like when it was getting into excitement. So yeah.
Yeah, mine's kind of similar. And going into it, I think everybody knew they were gonna have like that analog style, like the camcorder, like they do in the YouTube videos. So my favorite
Mm.
scene was honestly the opening scene. Just when the intro, the A24 logo, and then immediately onto the analog style like camcorder, and I was like getting so much nostalgia from watching the first video like years ago. So um, that style really set the tone and set the expectations for the whole movie. So I really enjoyed that scene.
My favorite scene was
Good.
probably
Good.
whenever so the therapist is trying to go after Clark, right? So spoiler alert. This is like 3/4 into the movie, and she's hunting for him because he's gone missing. And she finds the back rooms, goes in, and then finds her way to Clark. And eventually, like, they get at this dinner table sit down, and she's tied up. And Clark walks over to the refrigerator, and Kat's head's in the refrigerator. And that's my favorite scene because that's the part of the movie where I was looking over to Ethan. I was like, I'm really uncomfortable. This movie's really weird, and I don't really like it. So that was my favorite part.
Nice. Nice. I will take another jab from what Preston was saying when it comes to a lot of the things that made my favorite scene was a lot of the camera work, and that'll be also talked about behind the screen for me later on, and why did the movie work for me as well too. But it is the found footage esque parts. I love the part where he like waves two fingers on the mirror, just like testing the camera, and like they're in that. And then the best scene for me was the climb and the anticipation of what we're about to witness. That is so fearful because it takes me back to like the Blair Witch Project. You don't see anything that happens
man.
in the Blair Witch Project at all. They never show anything. It's
Yeah.
all dependent upon the emotions, the fear, or they're instilling fear with the fear of unknown. And that's what I liked up until the point of not seeing anything. And I wish there was more of that for me. And I
Yeah.
really loved that whole, are we going to make it? We're trusting this dude that we've worked for, but he's telling us to go through a wall. And then we do go through it. And then we see this incredible scene of tension and so much stuff. I'm just like, what in the world's about to
Yeah.
happen? I'm so on edge. And I've been sitting here what it feels like for like 30 minutes, and that was only like a 5-minute scene. So, but yeah, it was great.
Yeah, totally. No, and we'll get into more in that, into what worked for the movie, because I think the tension
Sure.
and build up was great, and the unknown and everything.
Yep. But yeah, for the next segment, who won the movie for you guys?
That's tough.
So it's a bit. There was really only two people that we could really pick from here.
Mm.
I feel like, right? Preston, you want to go?
I mean, yeah, I mean, kind of like what you're saying. I think the two you're thinking of are Clark and Mary, of course, the characters. Um, and both I think we did see significant development, but I chose Clark, just because like I don't know, it was kind of very interesting to see like just his mental decline as the movie goes on, and you can just see like he's in a terrible environment, he's going through a lot of things, and then I just thought it was very interesting because he was kind of the whole reason that everybody got in that situation, which is why I think he won it. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
Oh, me. Well, I thought about this. I try to think of, the other supporting actors, which is hard because really it came down to the two other people that he tagged along with him.
Mhm.
And I mean, there was nothing against them. They were fine actors. It's just they didn't have enough screen time, I think,
Mm.
to really like say they won the movie,
Mhm.
obviously, because they were alive for like 10 minutes. Uh, I also said Clark. I really liked his character arc through this movie. So a bit of that they had us in the first half sort of thing where I was finding myself rooting for this guy for in whatever way he was trying to win. Like I don't know what his end goal was with you're gonna believe me in the back rooms and it's gonna be great. I mean, I guess he was going through a tough time.
Hmm.
But then later on he just is, creepy psycho man. And
Huh.
he played both very well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And back to what yours.
Well, for
go ahead,
me,
Michael.
I think it was Clark. Spoiler alert, I think who won the movie for me was probably Pirate Clark because he killed Clark and then went on to almost kill Cat. So he's my hero.
You mean Mary? He did kill
Or
Cat.
yeah, I meant to say Mary. Dr. Mary.
Cat.
The
Oh, was that
cat,
the
yeah.
other girl?
Cat actually, I did. Honestly, Cat was the only rational person I think because, well,
Oh, yeah.
Clark was already lost. He had already lost it. He was already, so sucked in, and then like he asked Cat and Bobby to go with him, and Cat was the only one that was like hesitant, and unfortunately she died for it, and we see that in that one scene with her head in the in the fridge, and then Mary very stupidly went in when there was multiple signs that she probably
I
shouldn't
think
have.
she was really brave for
Yeah.
that though, because she really
Yeah.
cared for Clark and like wanted to see him succeed,
Mm.
and then almost died because
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that. I took the oddball
Also-
out of who won the movie for me, and I said Phil,
Oh.
actually. Even though he has like 5
Oh.
minutes of screen time, I think and this goes into why did the movie work for me. So you're probably thinking like, oh, well, he only has probably like not even 5 minutes. Maybe so because his talk at the end was kind of long
Mm-hmm.
for his screen time. Not saying that it was a long talk, but
Yeah.
I think Phil wins the movie for me is because he knows things that we don't as the audience, and he doesn't explain it, and it's frustrating to the audience because it's like, why is he sent there? Why is it that he acts like he doesn't know who Clark is? Or because like he sees Clark in the back rooms on the TV, but then like
Mm.
he's not surprised. Like he's surprised by it, but then he's not surprised by why Mary's there. So I'm like, okay, what happened in the duration of time of him freaking out if he's already, if like he said at the end, this is my job, I've done this for however
Mhm.
many years or whatever. And I'm like, so then where's the what happens here? And then he's just super knowledgeable, but then also at the same time he's not, and then yet he has everything figured out, and then he's gonna apparently now use Mary to do some whatever to get to be the next movie because that's how it ends. So I'm like, I wonder what he knows. I want to know why. And then I just love Mark Duplass at the same time. And his presence is really great in horror films. And I think that he did really well with the time that he was given. I wanted more of his
Yeah.
character at the time that he was shown for sure. So, but yeah, that's why I thought he won for me.
Yeah, he was
That's good. Well
but yes.
said.
Yeah,
No.
whenever I was seeing him on screen, I was always thinking that he probably knows more than everyone here because, like what you were saying, Tristan, like this is his job. So, I mean, I was hoping towards the end
Right.
that he would explain just a little bit of like what we were missing, but I guess
Yeah.
that's what's going to be for the second movie.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely thought that. I thought his character was gonna have a bigger role, and
Me too.
ended up not. And I don't know how much you guys know about the series, but Async, which is what he works for, they're like the main focus of the series besides the back room.
Yep.
So I thought that they were going
Mhm.
to have a presence too, and so I thought that he was kind of going to be like
Yeah.
the face of that. So maybe we'll see. I think they're planning to do a series or a
Yep.
second movie or something. So
I
we'll
hope
probably see
we get a
more.
second movie because there are
Well-
still a lot of
Yeah.
questions like afterwards that I want the answer to.
I think
Me
Yeah.
too. I agree.
they are though. I just looked in my research just earlier. They are apparently starting
Go.
Oh,
already
great.
on the
Let's
second movie.
freaking
That
go.
is
great.
awesome. Yeah. What do you
That's
guys
great.
know? Like, how much did you know going into the movie? Did you watch any of the YouTube series, or just like what you saw in passing? What did you guys see beforehand?
Just that one YouTube video, the first one that they filmed that Tristyn was
Yep.
showing me in the office, where the guy phases through
That's
the
another one I've seen too.
concrete
Oh, man.
and then starts walking around and then gets bopped.
That's all I've
Yeah,
seen as
That's
well.
classic.
That's it.
That's the origin.
Yeah. So am I the only one
I
that's
mean,
seen the whole
that's
thing?
all you really need.
I think so. Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't know anything going
That's very
in.
interesting. I wanted to hear the opinion of someone who hasn't seen or doesn't know anything, because there's a lot of things that I probably like picked up on that y'all didn't. So that's something I would love to watch it again with you guys, and
Yeah.
then like
Sure.
see what things I noticed you guys didn't.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think and the movie does well at being its own thing. Like, I don't think it needs to be part of like it. It's not like you need to have the context for it to work. It does help to have context because, like I said, you pick up on things make sense. But it does well on its own as well, which I think they were going forward. I think that worked well.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. That'd be cool.
I didn't watch a lot of them, but I did watch. It was around the time, if you remember, it was the mall when he was doing the mall thing. I don't know exactly what it's called, but he was running through the mall, and then there was like the big
Oldest View. That was one of his
statue.
projects. Though.
Oh yeah, that I really enjoyed that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's the same format, but it was still just very immersive.
It's that found
and-
footage and analog style, which is, I don't know, it works. I think that's probably one of my favorite like types of horrors, the liminal spaces, and especially with
Yep.
that look makes it look awesome and just very disturbing.
It's great. Yeah.
Yes. Right. Why did the movie work?
Well, according to the internet,
Oh yeah.
it's apparently a little divisive
Oh
on
really?
whether it did work.
Really?
At least according to certain realms. I mean, most of the places, like you go on IMDb and all the main, I don't know what you call them, reservoirs for this sort of stuff. It's mostly like, yeah, it was a pretty good movie. It was maybe a little confusing to people that don't understand it, or we wanted more from the ending. But I think the movie did work just because it's already an internet phenomena
Sure.
or phenomenon. I don't, however you say that. And so it has a lot to build off of, which is also at the very same time the reason that some people didn't like it, because they didn't get enough from what they saw on the internet or from the different ways that the Backrooms was perceived.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit 50-50 there for people. For me, I think it worked great.
Yeah, I think it worked great too. And kind of to go off what you're saying, I think a lot of people had high expectations, like they wanted to see certain things, which, I mean, of course, they're gonna put some things that people want to see, but I understand that they wanted to expand and do certain things that they hadn't done before. So like I said, I had high expectations, but the way what made it work for me, so like after watching this series, it did make me uncomfortable like at the beginning of the series, and then I got used to it. The movie, however, made me very uncomfortable, and I was just on the edge the entire movie, and I think that was what made it work so well. Which like you were talking about the Blair Witch trial. I've never seen it, but like you said, I knew that like they never show anything, and I
Right.
think this movie did so well at not showing anything right until the very end, and they didn't really have to have very many jump scares because the tension itself is what made anything that happened so much more
Definitely.
powerful. Because when they're in the back rooms, like something's going to happen, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't for an hour, and then it
Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
does, and then you're like, okay, that's crazy, but yeah, that definitely was
Yep.
a big thing for me.
Well, I feel like not knowing anything about the Backrooms adds to that level of, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. And then on top of that, what they did a really good job was
Yeah.
Clark just being so unsettled and just with where he's at in his life, being kicked out by his wife and needing to seek a therapist because he's just so mentally all over the place. I think that added to the whenever he's actually in the back rooms, the level of discomfort that you feel in the theaters or just whenever you're watching the movie. But I think overall, combining the actor and the role that he played, along with just the backrooms, you just don't know what's going to happen back there. They did a really good job.
Mhm.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much to add other than the fact like I think the movie worked really well because of what they used that you didn't see, and this is relatable to real life. Time is a big reason why this movie worked because you lose absence of time when you're in the back rooms, and I didn't realize that until more people entered. You see that huge jump of how long have you actually been here when Mary goes through.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea. I didn't pick it up. I don't know if that's clearly explained. But I was like, oh, even before the two people go in there with the camera, he's
Yeah.
already established. He's been mapping it out. I guess they do say that I've been mapping it out, but I guess they don't really fully explain how long
That's true.
that he's been
Mhm.
mapping it out. Obviously, that's a lot of time to be having
Right.
spent in there. But look how much you see the character arc. Like I was blown away when his character jumped from desperate man to exactly what your point says, Michael. From he's this down in the dumps, down and mentally destroyed because of all of his circumstances, and then he goes from that to being this insane dude that's like go to the refrigerator and then not even scared
Just
by the
not
things that
phased at
he's
all,
there. I'm like,
dude.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
Yeah.
Here's my
what?
trophy head.
I was definitely phased.
Like,
I was.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck?
well,
But yeah,
Yeah.
so like
Yeah.
the time that passes in our lives and in this to me is just like, oh, this is relatable, and then I'm uncomfortable
Passing of time.
by
well, it's like the
this. So, yeah.
discomfort from the back rooms and then the level of discomfort from how you see Clark progressively get worse because of it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they combine that
It's
really
like, yeah,
well.
something is beyond that's happening that we're not seeing that. Like you said at the other point that you had over, it's like that about Phil's character. Something needs to be explained, and I want to know why, and it makes me want to watch it 1,000 times. So
It's like, why can't Phil share it?
What did y'all
At the very end, I feel like.
What did
What's
y'all
up?
think about
What were you gonna say, Preston? I
ahead,
cut
Michael.
you off.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say,
No, go ahead. I'll
at the end
wait.
of the movie, I just wanted to know more from Phil.
yeah,
Just thirsting for it.
Definitely.
So did Mary.
I mean, so did Mary.
Yeah. So my question for you guys was, what did you guys think about the flashbacks with Mary? Do you think that added to the story at all, or did that seem unnecessary to you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah,
No. I think
yeah.
there's some definite lore there that they're going to go into
Okay.
more that
Yeah.
we just haven't been able to puzzle together yet.
I think Ethan and I looked at each other, and I think it was Ethan's direct reaction to the ending of that. I was like, dude, I could have sat there for another hour, and I was like, exactly
I seriously
because of
could have had another
that
hour.
point that you just made, Preston. If I didn't get the backstory of the weird dude or just coming up to Mary and being like, "Here's my hands," and I was like, "What the heck?"
Mhm.
And then, but there's so much that happens in that I'm like, wait. I think Michael and me and Ethan that were like, did she grow up in the back room? Question mark.
That's what I thought too. So I thought
Oh yeah.
where I
yeah.
thought it was leading was that either she was in the back rooms. I actually thought that she had been to the back rooms before. Like I didn't think she had lived
Because
there, but I thought maybe Mary had visited, so that's why. Like,
yeah,
because their first interaction about it when
Yeah.
he's like, "Here it is, I've drew it," and she looks concerned. I thought it was because that she was familiar with it.
yeah.
But
This is some good theory.
instead, I've seen a lot of theories that people think that her mother was in the back rooms, which is why her mother was so
Mhm.
mentally unstable. Which
Okay.
that's a stretch. They don't really hint at that. But I think that
But maybe they do
it,
though.
I think it's something that's going to be elaborated on more, which is why I think
Yeah.
that side of things was
Mhm.
so open ended, because that's how
Yeah.
they opened the movie after the initial scene. They opened it with her as a kid, so that's
Mhm.
why I don't know. I was a little that will kind of go into my hot take later, but yeah, I think like Mary's character, like I needed more of it because it's like I don't know, that didn't have the biggest payoff because I wanted to know more about it. But I guess we'll see if we get a second movie.
Okay, question then. Are we doing hot takes Is that like a
That's
thing we're gonna do
later on.
after this?
Yeah,
or
Later
something?
on.
Okay.
that will be kind of related, but yeah, we'll come back
Okay.
to it.
I'd love to dive into that.
Yeah. All right. Behind the screen, dude. Anything that we have that we pulled from behind the screen?
Yeah, I mean, I think
I have
The
quite a bit.
fly was real.
there's a lot we're
What'd
gonna
you
talk about.
The fly was real.
Oh.
I said it in a really.
The
I
fly,
said the fly was real. So yeah, the fly.
the
The
fly,
fly.
what fly?
The fly.
The one that
The
went to
fly.
the Backrooms.
How do you not? Yeah, the Backrooms fly.
Yeah, he went into the Backrooms and then
didn't
he
see
went back
that?
out.
That was real.
It was like, it was an actual. Yeah, it was in one of the interviews. They were talking about it. They were like, "So was the fly real?" For whatever reason they asked, and they were like, "Yeah, the fly was just there on set, and it just happened to not want to go away at all. So we ended up just
Oh,
allowing
that's
it to be in the
hilarious.
film."
That's so funny.
And it was also super convenient because in one of the shots in the movie, they showed the fly like, I think it was maybe not on her hand, but it was like near the wall, and so it flew into the room, the back rooms, and they
Mhm.
happened to get that shot, and so they used
That's
it.
so
Wow.
cool.
And
That's
I
very,
think
very
yeah,
cool.
that was like one of the cool moments.
Yeah.
One thing that I think is sick was that was all a practical set. Like it's like
Wow.
30,000 square feet or something like that. It's insane. People have gone to visit it. I think they have like an attraction. I don't know if it's open to public right now, but it's like a small,
no
it's like a
way.
miniature version. It's like 4 or 5 rooms of it. But yeah, that whole place was an entire set. So there's just photos all over social media of the actors, the director, and a bunch of other people just walking around. It's pretty terrifying to know that really
Yeah.
exists.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know if I would go after watching
No, I
that.
definitely would go.
I was about to ask,
I
Backrooms
was just
vacation?
thinking,
Yeah.
can
Let's
we
take a
take
trip,
it?
guys. Let's go.
Work trip to the
Let's-
back
I mean, let's
I
just
don't
walk
know.
through a wall right now.
It would be popular if they did that.
Yep. I'm walking through my wall afterwards. So
Yeah. No, that is very impressive that they did
Yeah,
all
that's
that.
super cool.
Practical is definitely the way to go.
Oh yeah.
behind the screen that I got is Kane Parsons and Osgood Perkins. Osgood Perkins is a big reason why I wanted to see this movie. Because I don't know if anyone has seen Long Legs at all. But Long Legs is another horror movie that was directed by Osgood Perkins, and I heard that he took Kane Parsons under his wing, and you can see a lot of Osgood Perkins-esques throughout the movie, like the shots from when Clark is looking in the Backrooms wall, but like you see all of the furniture in the real world, and you barely see Clark in the view because he's like zoomed way out, and then like the cinematography of like Osgood Perkins is definitely shining through Kane Parsons. There's probably a lot of Kane Parsons work, but it's a lot of Osgood Perkins isms, like the levels of Backrooms going down. I'm like, wow, that's very much Osgood Perkins, and obviously he produced it. So, like I just love his work in general. So I got to see a lot of that in this movie.
Mhm.
So that's why a lot of it behind the screen to me really shined through. Of like, oh, dude, he's one of my favorite cinematic directors, not just horror movie director, film person, but cinematically. I mean, look at the stuff that we got to see in this movie. There's so many shots that you could go and be like get stills from
Mhm.
that I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh man, this is
Mhm.
amazing. So, but yeah, that's my behind the
Masterpiece.
screen for me. That's why I was really drawn to the movie and was captivated throughout the entire time. Like, there's just so many shots of Clark even watching TV, and like he's like in the very, very middle of the screen, but there's so much of the square footage of the building still in the frame, or I could
So
go
much
on.
breathing space.
Yeah, and it's just like, wow, like that's, I don't know. For me, I think Osgood Perkins was the first person that I'm like, does he make only passion projects? Because that's what it feels like. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
And honestly, Kane Parsons did a really good job.
Right.
He's 20 years old right now, if you guys didn't
Yeah.
know that. He was, I think, he was still in high school when A24 reached out to him, which is
wow.
just insane. Like he's been
Wow.
doing this since he was 15, making these Backrooms videos. Originally he did it in Blender, like a 3D rendering thing, and he chose to do the analog style because it hid the
Mm.
imperfections, like the way that it was
Just
recorded.
made it so much
It was to
better
hide the
too.
imperfections.
Big brain.
It did, and that became the iconic
Mhm.
thing. It's like there's so many things that like he just kind of did in passing that translated into the movie. Let's see, and he also composed the entire soundtrack too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa, really?
That's amazing.
He's composed the
cool.
entire soundtrack for every single video. Yeah, in the movie.
Wow. That's incredible.
And the soundtrack added
didn't
so
know he was
much
also
to
a
it as
musician.
well. It was just a super unusual sounding soundtrack that it just worked.
Oh yeah.
Like eerie ambiance.
Very, very eerie. Yeah.
Yeah. That's incredible. But yeah, recasting call. I don't have any, to be honest.
Mm-mm.
I don't have a single person that could
Yeah.
be
Okay,
recasted.
I actually found out something interesting
Oh
here.
yeah.
So Mary, therapist lady, right?
Yes.
Apparently, she was not first choice for the role.
Wow. Who was her first choice?
I don't actually know who this lady is. Hold on, let me. Where did I have it? Where did I have it? Where did I have it? Okay, Kristen Milioti.
Milioti.
She was apparently first choice, and I haven't really seen the movies that she was in, but I previewed some like snippets, and I would say she would have been a great choice for the role. But she had to cancel because of scheduling something, and so then we have Norwegian girl. I already forget what her name is. Renee or something. Renate.
Renzi.
But anyway, it's just interesting that there could have been this whole other take on the character from this person.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I don't
think
know.
could see anyone else as Mary.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know many of the actors really. I mean, the actor for Clark, I was looking at everything he was in. I think like the only thing I've seen that he was in was the new Doctor Strange, and he was also Scar in the live action Lion King, which was interesting. But yeah, I don't know any of the actors enough to like think that anyone would do better. And I think the fact that it wasn't like, I don't think the movie would have been as good if it was like an A-list actor playing into the characters, because then it just would have taken away from, because most of the movie is the environment. So I think they fit the environment is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that could be. It's definitely a choice. Like if it was, I can't think of one for some reason. Chris Pine is popping up in my head, but that would not have been the choice. But like if it was someone like that, it wouldn't have been as immersive maybe, because here we see this well-known face in the not so well-known area. Yeah. That would have messed things up.
It would have definitely collided.
Chiwetel, or however you say his name, was great as Clark. I couldn't see anyone else being Clark or Mary.
Yeah, I think he did.
I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, the only A-list people I know is Chiwetel and then Mark. And then Beck
Definitely
from
not saying Chris Pine is A-list, by the way. That's just the name that popped in my head.
What about
just for
Beck
the record?
from Victorious was in here though.
What about the guy that played Pirate Clark? I don't know. It's Robert Baraichi.
Wait, they actually had a different person.
Yeah, that's the guy that played Alien Romulus. He like plays like random weird like things because of how tall he is.
He's 7'7".
Yeah.
Oh my.
Basically his build is basically a Pirate Clark's build. He's super skinny, like
super skinny,
long and weird angled limbs. So like I think the only other role he's played was that Alien and Alien Romulus.
He was great in that. He was terrifying in that movie.
But yeah, I think they probably had him wear like one of those CGI suits, motion suits, whatever they are. But yeah, I think that was kind of cool as well that they did that.
I don't know.
I don't know if you. I don't know.
It could have been practical.
It might have been. I don't know, but wouldn't have been funny if they had like somebody play Pirate Clark without his face. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have any recasting calls. Michael, do you have any?
I think I do.
Okay, adding on to that quickly, Pirate Clark, it's supposed to be a practical effect, apparently.
Really?
It is. It's probably just that helmet and him. Or like a mask.
I've got to look up a picture.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that.
Okay, Michael, do you go?
I don't think I have too many actors that I know that I would replace.
Yeah, I don't have any really either.
I just have high praise for Clark's character.
Okay.
That's really it.
Yeah,
but Ethan, what you were saying earlier about the therapist, that we could have had a whole new take on the therapist is really interesting too. But I think she did a phenomenal job. I think she really meshed well with
Yeah, yeah, I think
Clark's
she did good
character.
too.
Mm. Going into that, if we don't have any one buys or one sell, does we have any of that? If not, we'll go into hot takes.
I would buy more camcorder scenes
Mm.
within that style, but I don't know if what I would sell.
I'll double that.
I
would
want to
triple
say I would
that.
I don't think I would
sell.
sell.
I want to say I would sell the body horror part, like in um the dinner scene. I did not like that, but I think some people did.
So weird.
I
Mhm.
just was not a fan with like the just cutting people and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I would get rid of that. Yeah, but
I mean, I sort of I can't say okay. It's weird for me to be like, no, I want to see that in the movie. It was great, but like
Yeah.
it did add to just it really made you creeped
it
out.
did.
And I
Yeah.
think it was a choice.
When he
It
did
was
that,
certainly a choice
I
to do
thought,
It's
that.
a
man,
bold
this
one.
guy's actually insane now. He's eating the
Yeah.
stuff in the
Right.
back rooms. I think he's lost it. He's not
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason why I might think that is because that was not in the series at all. I mean, there's never been humans that were like replicated that are shown in the series
Mhm.
until that movie, which I think was really interesting that they waited for the movie to reveal that. I think that was a big reveal. That it does copy people because that's never been shown.
It's an interesting extension though, because I mean, Kane did say he wants to extend or you kind of make his own branch of it or something along those lines, very paraphrased. But the fact that he has introduced people, I mean, that adds a lot to
What
what
I
could
don't
happen
really
in the story.
get, so we
Yeah.
have Pirate Clark, right? And they're in like the dinner area. And the therapist like denies the request to stay there. And then Pirate Clark's like, you can hear him in the back start to slowly come in. And then original Clark, he's like trying to calm down Pirate Clark. So I'm assuming like he's cool with Pirate Clark before this, but then Pirate Clark slowly picks him up and then kills him and eats him. So
Yeah.
I just thought that was a little
That was
interesting
The
because
great.
that
creatures.
obviously wasn't the first encounter that Clark had with his pirate self.
Yeah,
Right.
there's one thing that they didn't even have in the movie. Actually, well, they did, but they barely showed it. So in the original Backrooms, like if you watch the first one, the entity that's in it, it's like the weird,
It's
like
called I think it's called the
stringy
bacteria. Is
looking
what they call
guy.
it.
It's called the bacteria. I think
Oh.
they did show it in the scene when Bobby gets drugged down and dies. That room where that was
Yeah.
covered in clothes and blood and like black
did.
mold,
They
that's
did.
where the bacteria where people die is where the bacteria
Mm-hmm.
live. So
Okay.
usually if there's dead people, you'll find a bacteria because the bacteria like eats up the body or whatever.
Wow.
So that they barely showed it, like you saw it moving in the shadow,
Mhm.
and that was it. I think was interesting because that's like the main thing people know from the
Yeah.
movie is that creature. And so now we're introduced to these like the still life is what they were called, the people that
Yeah.
are copied, and then whatever Pirate Clark was. I don't even know what he
Yeah.
was to be honest, but he did. I mean, he could die. The other ones couldn't. I think he could die because he got injured when she hit him
He
with
had
the rock. He
blood.
did have blood, so it's different from
So
the rest. Maybe it's because it's a more accurate copy because he was in there for so long that the
Mhm.
copy got better. I don't know.
oh yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
hoping we
but
get
I wonder
answers.
how it determines
Yeah.
how to make your copy
Dude.
because at the very end, the therapist, her copy's made, and it's like where she's in the
Yeah.
room with the guy who has spent so much time studying the back rooms, but it's like her with like three
Right.
different faces.
Mhm.
So I,
Right. It's like
I
they.
mean, you could go on and ask how the backrooms are even
yeah,
copied. Then, like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
is any of this happening? Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
a lot of it. I mean, of course they take like memories, of course, because like you see a lot of the pirate Clark themed things
Mhm.
in that area related to it's Clark that goes in the area that you enter is from the Pirate Clark store, so it has a lot of the furniture from the furniture store. And then if you watch any of the series, like whatever, usually they give hints a little bit on the character, and then you see things in the area they're in relating to that person. So I think it's has something to do with memories, but it's hard to say because it's different every single time. Um,
Yep.
but yeah,
Yeah.
one could
You
speculate.
could say like bases off.
I have
What were
one
you gonna
thing
say,
to
Ethan?
that.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll say
I
it
was
after.
gonna say, it could like with something with because in the therapist they showed a lot of her backstory. So I wonder if it makes a copy based off of like some type of emotion or some type of story that you have in your past.
Yeah, because it showed
Yeah, that's good.
Mary's house,
Yeah.
her old house with like all the boarded up windows. It showed that
Mhm.
it was in the back rooms, and then same thing. It showed Mary when she was in the chair in the
Yeah.
back rooms too. They did that multiple times in the movie and in the
Mhm.
trailer.
Yeah. Because I think it could be like
Yeah.
her having because she was isolated, just from like what we got from the movie and the backstory, her not being able to fully like express, obviously because she was so. It seemed like she was chained up because of her mom, because her mom was a psycho. That's what they made her out to be, trying to keep her enclosed in there. So maybe
Yeah.
like she got a 3 different faces as her clone because of she was having to suppress and then act like someone that she wasn't or something along those lines. Does that make sense?
Interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But that's a really
Yeah.
big stretch.
Yeah. Huh. But do you think they beat did they beat the Backrooms? Did they get to level
No, did they
232
actually escape the back
Did they,
rooms?
though?
Did he even
Did
escape?
they get to
Did they even
Yeah.
escape?
together?
Did they get to 232?
Did you get the Steam achievement though?
Did they get the Steve
Do
achievement?
you even game?
Did you
Okay, we need to
guys
provide
get the Steam achievement, bro?
we need to provide context.
Before we do that, hot takes though.
Hot
Mm.
takes.
Hot takes.
Okay. I think, and this is like based off my original thoughts, I think Mary should have died. Like in that end scene, she should have died, and then
Ooh.
it should have cut to, I don't know, maybe Mark Duplass' character Phil, and like maybe you get some more context as I think it would have been um it would have tied things together if maybe she died and then it cut to him, because like I was talking about Async, which is the company that like researches the backrooms that Phil works for. I think it would have been cool if they had more context there, but that's just my opinion.
Quite the hot take. I don't think they're done with her though.
I don't think so.
Since she's not actually dead.
But I didn't get the payoff, so I was like, man, there wasn't really a payoff, so maybe she should have died.
Okay, I see how it is. You're just putting out all your anger on her. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because they were setting it up like something was gonna happen with her, or we were gonna learn something, but we didn't.
And then a huge letdown.
Yeah, I think if they just didn't have any of like the Mary's backstory and she died, I don't know, they probably could have done something different. I mean, it was definitely there for a reason, but
I think they're holding out.
I feel like it wouldn't have ruined the movie if they did that. Like, it still could have worked. Because, like, I don't know.
I think so. I think the whole creepy mother and locked in the house thing, it's going to have this hopefully crazy payoff in the next movie where we learn she was in the backrooms after all, and her mom was like some crazy experiment by Async or something, something along those
I
lines.
hope so, because otherwise that was all
dude,
kind of pointless.
I'm just really intrigued on because they showed all of the different types of levels of the house going and going and going down. So I just wonder if the payoff will be that for sure. So, but yep. Any more hot
We
takes?
should have
going
seen
to
more of the
reference this
bacteria.
earlier. This isn't a hot take.
This is a hot
I
take.
hope we
you said?
see
Is it a hot take, Ethan? Is it a
A
cold
cold
take or a
take?
hot
Wait,
take?
hold on. Hold on. We both just went.
Oh,
Who's hot take?
Oh, all I said was I wish we saw more of the bacteria because we only saw it for that 1 second. I think that's more of a
Yeah.
mild take.
I think the audience would agree. There's certain groups of people that were. I mean, I don't know them personally, but they would have wanted that experience of the Backrooms.
Looking at the reviews, there's a lot of mixed reviews. I think it's a hit or miss because the people that have seen the Backrooms had super high expectations and they wanted to see something, like they had in mind what they wanted to see. And if it wasn't what they wanted to see, then I
Yeah.
don't think they would have liked it. But the people that were just there for the experience, it worked for them, and I think that was kind of for me. I was just there for the experience, still
Yeah.
with it high expectations because I wanted to see how it ties in. But yeah, I could see how that would make sense. I definitely would have wanted to see more things from the old ones, but again, this is part of a story, so they have to bring in other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's understandable. I think my only hot take would just be similar to what we were talking about earlier. Is just that I wanted to see more of the '90s film things, but that doesn't ruin or take away an experience. Kind of like maybe some of the reviews are like being harsh of like, oh well, the ending didn't whatever they're saying, or vice versa, opposite side of the spectrum. Nothing has ruined this movie because I didn't see something. So I guess it's not really a hot take, to be honest. I guess the only thing that I would just want to see more is I love that 90s zoom. I love the 90s found footage. So I could have done more
What if
of
they
that,
were to
if that makes
replace
sense. If that's not a hot
Pirate
take, it's not
Clark
really a
with
hot
the
take. But
bacteria? No Pirate Clark and just the
yeah,
bacteria.
that'd be dope.
It would have been. It would. I think it still would have worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hot take here. What if the bacteria transformed into Pirate Clark?
That'd be
And
dope.
said, I am the bacteria.
I
And
am your
snaps his
father.
fingers with
He
the
just like
Thanos gauntlet and says,
no, like
and I
No, I mean,
the
no,
bacteria
seriously,
am the
though.
slowly
bacteria.
enters the room and he just slowly turns
only
into
have
Pirate
the-
Clark. That'd be so dope.
I think.
No, but like maybe though.
They are.
They're similar
They're pretty tall.
heights.
He's like,
Yeah.
You know?
I think what could have happened is that the bacteria could have walked up and said, turn around. There's some pitfalls behind you. Don't fall into the mold one, though.
What if
'cause you might
the
stay alive."
bacteria's voice was like Rocky from
Okay.
Yo,
that'd be
Adrian,
so funny.
I'm the bacteria. That's not a horrible impression. So yeah.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, there's so many things they could have done differently that still would have worked. And I think that's the cool thing about the Backrooms universe is how insanely vast and unpredictable it is.
Hot take is that the end credits didn't
It's
say,
like a SpongeBob episode.
and then the Backrooms entity will return in Doomsday. So
Yeah, yeah, that would ruin
Yeah.
it.
Dang.
How dare you? If I see the Backrooms entity while he's fighting Doctor Doom, bro, I'll be so happy.
We'll come back to this when
He
we do
returns
review
as
that
the moldy
movie.
bread.
I want to do my hot take is why are we not doing a film review over the front rooms?
Oh,
All right, I'm done.
Or the bathrooms.
the Waters Creek bathrooms, dude. Oh my lord.
Or
Oh my gosh, dude.
that would be horrible.
That's
movie.
worse.
Dog.
That's worse than the
Oh my
scene
gosh,
of the body
dude. You would die within 15 minutes of being in there. You would die.
You would if you've never been in the
anyone
Waters
saw
Creek,
Waters
dude,
Creek,
it was.
I would be
bro.
scared to death
That was
to
the
be in there
bacteria.
at 10 o'clock every morning.
The bacteria is just the remnants
in
of
Waters Creek bathroom.
That's where the
literally there.
The Backrooms
Yeah.
originated from that.
Yep.
Yeah. So you think yellow is bad for the color of the Backrooms? Just wait till you see brown
Just wait till
everywhere.
you see every color of the spectrum that's not happy.
Oh.
All right. Funny review segment. Anyone has sorry, it's a Preston recommended segment. So new segment. Let's freaking go.
Yes,
This
sir.
is saying that it's each host reads the funniest review they could find on Letterboxd, and hopefully no one took mine. So
All right, I'll just go first because I've got it pulled up. This one is by Theo. He gave it a 3 point. Would it be 3.5 out of 5? I guess. 3.5 out of 5. And he said, "I've never been so excited to see a movie that's entirely piss yellow." Yeah.
Wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you were
Fantastic.
getting right about the
That's-
Waters Creek bathrooms. It's the color of pee, not.
Yep.
He was onto something.
He was on
was.
something. But yeah, it is a. I thought that was kind of funny because it is pea color. Do you think?
What
Do you think?
verbiage to use for?
Oh, I read it
What?
word for word. But yeah, do you think the carpet in the back room is damp?
I never thought of that once,
That's
to be
terrible.
honest.
That's a
I
that's a
wonder what
terrible
that would
thought.
feel like walking the back rooms barefoot.
I don't want to go anymore.
I don't know.
I would never
I
want to
don't
go.
like it.
I am so good.
Please don't. No more.
Ready for this one though, dude?
Yes, sir.
This
Let's
one's
do
by
it.
Mac. It has 59,567 likes. 67? Sorry.
Huh?
4 stars, by the way. White
Oh.
boys are wearing crop tops in a horror movie again.
I
God bless.
That's the top one, isn't it?
That's not even the one I was going to read.
Dude,
I was going to read the other one.
I don't get it though.
And I was like, someone said they should just map the whole backrooms using Strava. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, some of these are wild.
Who's
Okay,
this?
wait, what
Who's
is
this dude that
Strava?
gave it 4 likes?
Strava, it's a running app. So like you use it to like map and post your
Oh,
runs.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone just has one. It's just
Yeah.
dead end. It's
Yep.
just when they go into the back rooms.
Yes, I have
Anyone
mine.
else?
Hold on. There's
Mine
go
is
ahead.
by
I'm ready.
Anonymous.
I'm
They
ready.
didn't show their name. They gave it a half star, just half star to 5. They said the movie is
Oh.
based on mind control or opening one door, closing another one. That's about it. If you want to think in a way, remember the movie Cabin in the Woods. It's a government experiment movie that was very bad at the end and made no sense in the movie. Overall, made no sense. I would give it 0 stars if I can. Huh.
Wow.
Dang, dude.
He said
That's
a
tough.
lot.
I like how you said makes
Yeah.
no sense 4 times. Like
Makes no sense.
this movie made no
Honorable-
sense. It
He
made
was
no
really
sense. And the Cabin in the
confused.
Woods made no
Dude,
sense. It made
my
no sense. I was
favorite
like,
is in
sure
the
does.
beginning where he goes,
That
"This
makes
movie's based on
sense.
mind control." I didn't get that.
I've got a honorable mention here. This other one I just saw, 3.5 stars from Jonathan Fuji. Told my mom the director was 20 years old, and she responded, "It's okay. I love you anyways."
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This person, Chase Judd Dude. The backroom concept work. Hold on, I have to read it in his voice. The backroom concept works best in a 1-minute TikTok video and cannot hold a full feature film. Walking around an IKEA is not scary. Everyone praising how young the director is, but overall use of unnecessary establishing shots. Goofy movie.
Wow, dude. That's
Mhm.
just mean.
What do you mean, bro?
That's just mean.
It's the most brain rot thing
We've
I've ever heard in
got
my
this
life.
one, Frames of Nick, and I will be paraphrasing here as to not use some of this language.
Oh.
Someone brought their gosh dang 3-year-old to the theater, bro.
Right.
That thing was goo goo gagaing while I'm trying to be immersed in the deepest of horrors. They started doing raspberries and
Bruh.
stuff, bro. Who gave it a 4.5 though? So clearly it would have been a 5-star if there wasn't something goo goo guying.
Mhm.
Yep.
But yeah,
Goo-goo
that's
guy.
Frames of Nick. 5,000 likes on that guy.
Dang. Okay. I didn't really get one. I also didn't get the names or the rating because I just didn't think of it at the time. I copy pasted it and I can't find the original. But didn't find a funny one, but this person said crazy year for horror films. First we have Obsession, Hokum, now this. And I just thought Hokum should just it just made me laugh because they included Hokum and it's just so bad. So another one that's not maybe even related. They just said, and I quote, "Are you lost, baby girl?" And that's what they said.
In that voice.
I just
was
found
the
another
review.
Oh,
one
nice.
I'd like
Yeah.
to mention. This one's
Please
this one's
read
by
that one. Please read that
Colton
one.
one day
Please read
ago.
it.
Half a star. I didn't watch this, but I heard there wasn't Kanye West as a flat image singing hit song of All the Lights from his hit album My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. What the heck, bro? In all caps. That's got to be my new favorite.
What?
If
the
you don't
best
know,
thing.
that's like
Gosh.
the
Best thing I've ever seen.
There's like 10,000 Roblox games of its backrooms, but it's Kanye West
Best
chasing you, and it's
thing.
just a PDF
That's
of Kanye
wonderful.
West with
Oh my
with
gosh.
bass
dude.
boosted all the lights. Just Ba, 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 ba. Okay, let's not get copyrighted.
Imagine being chased by a goofy awe pirate by Allison. I just love people so much, dude. They're my favorite.
Yeah, I think this is. I like the reviews segment. I think it's pretty
We
funny.
got to put Michael's picture on there with his review.
Oh,
'cause that's
dude,
just too.
that's
too
just
funny.
wonderful that I got that.
Was that
That's
your
on Reddit
review?
because I've just been scrolling Reddit this whole time,
No.
looking at memes on the Backrooms Reddit, and that was on there.
Was mad confused, TBH.
This one, 8-year-old me preparing to tell my mom at 9 p.m. I need to glue in construction paper for my
Yeah.
projects due tomorrow.
So
Put that in the
funny.
video. That's good.
Uh,
Wow. We have
Yeah, there's-
reached our final time rating here. So each person goes and does a final rating. So what do you guys give this movie a final rating? And that scale can be anything. It can be your own scale.
So it could be on a scale from 1 to Kanye West.
Dude, our old host leader Brooks would always do the most brilliant different scales every single time. And it would be like 1 carrot out of 5 dolphins sometimes. So you can do
Wow.
whatever you would like. It
I'll
just
have to
matters to
figure
you.
that
That's
out next
amazing.
time. What I
Do your
wanna
own
use.
scale. It doesn't have to be the classic. So feel free.
Okay. Well, on the record, we'll give it an 8 out of 10. And
Okay.
then also
Off the record?
off the record, we'll give it
Why are they different though?
we'll give it a level 2 out of 232. 232 being
That's
Wow.
a good one.
yeah. And if you don't
Is
know
that
what we're talking
good?
about, go play Backrooms Escape Together on
Mhm.
Steam.
Steam.
I like that.
Wow, shameless plug.
I like
And
that.
Let's plug it.
and try to beat the game in purgatory mode, dude. Be
Yeah, dude.
be one of the first like Michael, Tristan, Ethan here.
Like us.
Yeah.
I was not included
Mm-mm.
unfortunately, so I didn't get the
Mm-mm.
achievement, but yeah, they got it
Mm-mm.
first.
You were there in spirit.
spirit.
Thanks, guys.
For me, I think I'm gonna have to rate this a 7 out of 10. Just because I did want a little bit more, kind of wanted to see the bacteria, and I did leave it thinking, man, I don't really know what I just watched. So, but I still liked it nonetheless. I mean, to be
Yeah.
honest, I think whenever he opened the refrigerator and
Yeah.
Cat's head was in, I was like, oh, that's dope, that's cool. But yeah, 7 out of 10.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and give a go at the scale thing here.
Yes.
I'm gonna rate it a fat. I'm gonna match Michael.
Oh.
No, I'll go a little more. I'm gonna rate it a fat 7.5 backroom people chunks out of 10.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Yep, that's it.
I'm going to give this what I gave it on Letterboxd here, a 4 out of 5. And that's just because of Kane Parsons and Osgood Perkins duo that I needed. So, but like I said, the reason why I said it was that is because I could have sat there for another hour. I needed it to be more.
I need it. We
I
both
need it. I
it.
need another one now.
yeah. The movie
It's
felt
inspired me
longer
to
than it
play
was.
16 hours of a game that I've never done that before in my life with my friends. So that's how inspiring this movie was, but I need more of it. So
That's very inspiring, Tristan. Thank you.
thanks, dude. Go watch the
Beautiful.
Backrooms if you haven't seen it, dude. And we are the Movie Sharks podcast. Again, I forgot to do the intro correctly. So again, forgive my not being able to host correctly here. I'm pulling up our intro that will be our outro here. So give me a second. But we are grateful for everyone that has tuned in, whether this is on YouTube that you're watching this. If you're watching on YouTube, you won't be able to see the trailer because copyright rip. But if you're watching it on Spotify, you can definitely check out the little trailer that we have for you. But yes, we are the Movie Sharks podcast. We are a group of guys that sit down to dissect and discuss movies that capture our attention, affection, and affirmation. And we're super excited to bring you more things on the next Monday. Dude, y'all are not even ready for this next podcast. I can't even give anything away, but I'm telling you,
Wait, what's the
it's
next
going to
one?
be fire. Oh, you know what it is, brother.
I don't even.
We have been.
Wait,
I'll just tell you this
shoot.
for a snippet of what we're gonna release. We have been working on a new language. That's all I'm gonna say. So
I tried to do the
yeah,
language,
I
but it
know.
was not picked up on the mic, so I probably looked like an idiot.
yeah, don't give them a tease. Don't give them a tease yet. The movie hasn't come out yet. Actually, I think it might have. It has come out yet.
It's out and
I think it
it's got
has.
good
It's out
ratings
in
already.
theaters currently, but all I'm saying is that there will be subtitles provided, and you're not ready.
Mm,
So,
I'm ready.
I'm
but
ready.
yes, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys
Love you.
next Monday. Love you.
Yep.
That's about it.
That's what it. See you.